Ozgur Özel, the former leader of Turkey's main opposition party, has announced that he will form a new political party. Speaking in the Turkish parliament, he said that he hoped that the new opposition party would become the strongest competitor to President Erdogan's AKP. Until May of this year, Özel was head of the opposition CHP. However, a court removed him from the position in a decision which has been widely seen as a political coup by government loyalists. Prosecutors had accused him of bribery. Özel continues to deny the accusations. Dorian Jones is standing by with more now from Istanbul. So this, Dorian, is one of the biggest shakeups in Turkish opposition politics in years. Why has Özel decided to form this new party now, and what led to this split within the CHP?
Well, Ozel, ever since he has been ousted from his position as leader of the party, what they call a judicial coup, given the fact that he was removed from office by the court because of irregularities over his election at a party congress, even though the courts in Turkey have no legal jurisdiction over electoral matters in this country. That is, under the constitution, the responsibility of Turkey's high electoral board, which confirmed his election, and under the constitution, that decision cannot be challenged. Now, in spite of that, he has been removed from office. He's accused, he was now being replaced by his predecessor, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, who in his more than 10 years in power never won an election, lost over 10 elections, and is widely seen by opponents as a little more than a stooge for President Erdogan. Now, he denies that charge, but since he now is threatening a major purge of the party of supporters of Özel and his broader movement within the party, Özel said he had little choice but to leave the party and set up a new party, which he's describing as an historical moment in Turkish democracy.
And what does the founding of a new opposition party now potentially mean for Turkish politics more broadly?
Well, potentially it offers the opposition a major opportunity. Now, the CHP under Özel has been successful. He has galvanized the party under his leadership, crisscrossing the country with nationwide campaigns that are going on as we speak. But in spite of that, his party, CHP, Turkey's oldest party, carried a huge amount of historical luggage from the Turkey's Kurdish minority. They see that party responsible for major attacks on them decades ago, pogroms. At the same time, Turkey's religious community, his pious people, they blame it for strict laws which discriminated against them. So this party, for many sections of Turkish society, is seen as an anathema. Now Özel is offering a new party, and that's seen as an opportunity to far broaden his support. And initial polls, 3 opinion polls, asking people would they support a new party under Özel's leadership, all put him 8 or 9 points ahead of Erdogan's AKP party. And interestingly, they are drawing support from across Turkey's political spectrum: Kurds, Turkish nationalists, religious voters. And that's seen as a major opportunity for Özel going forward. But still, critics and observers point out, this is a honeymoon period. He has to set out policies. What are his policies? How is he going to keep all these different spectrums of Turkish politics together? One possible model, he could be looking at what happened in Hungary, standing on a very narrow platform, democracy and against corruption. That could offer him a way forward to galvanize a large part of the country, which there is a growing amount of discontent countries in the midst of a cost of living crisis. Food inflation is well over 30%. There's a lot of anger in this country, but at the moment, the opposition haven't really harnessed it. With this new party, there is seen as a potential to put Erdogan in under a lot of pressure.
Erdogan, who we have to mention has been in power for more than 20 years there in Turkey. How is his AK party now likely to respond?
Well, I mean, within the media for some time, there's been speculation that the prosecutors have already prepared a case against Özel. His main ally, the mayor of Istanbul, Ekrem İmamoğlu, he's already in jail for more than a year, facing 1,000 years in jail. Many fear that Özel's immunity in parliament could easily be lifted, and he too could share the fate of the Istanbul mayor and end up in prison. But given saying that, there's always a balance here for Erdogan and his supporters, even though they insist the judiciary is independent. Any further move against the opposition, more prosecutions, more jailings, could lead to a major public reaction given the growing anger in the country. And that could trigger financial problems and creating a perfect storm. These are careful considerations for any move against Özel, but the risk is certainly there.
Dorian Jones in Istanbul. Thank you, Dorian.